I'd really love to get straight into the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, but I've noticed that there are people who do the challenge without understanding the purpose behind it. So I feel quite obligated to explain what the challenge is about, as well as cover a few issues raised by critics. Let's assume I have enough time in my university schedule. Do we have enough time? No sir, we have a politics essay due in 3 weeks. Actually sir, we have history essay due in 2 weeks. Okay, I get it. I'll make this quick before mom and dad get suspicious about what I'm doing in college. Hi. Okay, so the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge is a social media campaign to raise funds for and awareness about the ALS, or the amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Okay. ALS is a progressive neurodegenerative disease. That means it destroys communication lines between the brain and the rest of the body. Without these, ALS victims cannot perform simple tasks like walking, standing, or even swallowing. And within a few months, depending on the severity of the disease, the victim will become fully paralyzed and then die. There is apparently no cure for the disease. Researchers are working hard to find said cure. How does the Ice Bucket Challenge help? Simply put, when one receives the challenge, there's a certain amount of time to either A. donate money to ALS research, B. dump a bucket of cold water on his head, or C. do both. Then there's other people to do the same. Apparently, I've become one of those people. Thanks, Clifton. Now, the challenge seems like a good cause, right? Well, some critics disagree. So far, I've come across 3 main complaints against the Ice Bucket Challenge. Firstly, is social media activism an act of narcissism? Well, some people say it actually might be. It can be noted that people are participating in the challenge not because they want to donate towards a better cause, but because they need to post something crazy on their Facebook wall and lure as many likes and comments as possible. If anything, doing these antics for the sake of charity merely gives them a sense of moral justification. But one must also consider this. Yes, it's narcissism. So what? I don't think there's a single person on this planet who can actually say they've done charity without a single ounce of narcissism in their soul. The fact that you're criticizing them online shows that you are narcissistic by definition. It's like how my filming of this video makes me by nature narcissistic. Narcissistic? Narcissistic. You must also consider that this narcissism has contributed to charities materialistically. The ALS Bucket Challenge has actually raised $100 million for ALS. That's 35 times the amount raised last year. If the ALS Challenge can actually raise that much money for charities, I don't see what's the problem there. The priority is not the intentions of the donors, but more importantly that the resources reach the charities in the first place. Then there's an issue about the reliability of the ALS associations and whether there are better ways to contribute to the cause. Well, it's really up to you basically. It's up to you to do research on the transparency of whatever organizations you choose to donate to. It's up to you to research whether these organizations require other forms of contribution, such as volunteers, or advocates, or specialists. And it's up to you to decide if these organizations are worthy of your money in the first place. I'm currently an art student in college, so I really can't contribute much except for financial donations. And the ALSA seems like a reliable organization. They provide a lot of transparency with regards to where their funds are allocated. Thus, I'm willing to provide some of my money to them. But if you have any skills which you think you can contribute to these causes, or if you think there are other organizations that deserve money more than the ALSA, then it's to you to give the money to them and respond accordingly. Lastly, critics comment about how there are more issues within the world that need funding besides ALS, which is true in its own right. There's the issue of funding for natural disasters, such as the ones in Christchurch, or the ones in Mindanao, or the ones in China. There's the issue of diseases such as the Ebola crisis, or cancer, or even the flu. There's even the issue of underdeveloped countries which need funding for education, of infrastructure, of access to clean food and water. It is true, all these issues need funding as well. However, you must recognize that there's only one you, and that you only have one wallet. You cannot practically be involved in all these issues at the same time. The only thing we can do as individuals is to approach problems which are most relevant to our daily lives. Only then can we solve global problems effectively and efficiently. As for now, the ALS problem has caught my attention. I don't know about you, but permanent paralysis seems to suck. I don't mind giving what I can to help the fight against the disease. In addition, I'll also be donating money to the Singapore Cancer Foundation and the Christian Society for the Handicapped. So if you have any other organizations in mind which you think you'd like to donate and which are tackling issues which are more relevant to yourself and your loved ones, then by all means donate to them as well, without the ice bucket telling you to do so. By now you must be thinking, will this guy just shut up and dump ice water on his head already? Well, not exactly. You see, I'm in the city of Wellington. We're about 5,000 kilometers from Antarctica. The temperature here is about 13 degrees and wind fluctuate around 30 kilometers per hour. I hope that counts as dumping a bucket of ice water on my head. I nominate Sheila Ghosh, Timothy Go, and Matthews Lee to do this challenge. I'm not gonna expect you guys to do it within 24 hours, but I hope you guys respond within 7 days. Donate to some charity and make sure it's entertaining for all of us. And make sure you tag me in the video. You have 7 days.
Holy crap. Is it cold? Nice one. Is it cold, Miguel? Is it cold?
You caught it!
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
You're seriously crazy, man.